Champion of what?
Well, champion of what?
I can drop a world lead, I don't even like running. You gotta run fast just to go and get some money. I'm Noah Lyles K, you know how I'm coming. I ain't going to no Olympics, I ain't running, I ain't jumping. I can make 100,000 at the crib being funny.
A Super Bowl with our special Super Bowl snap. Two snaps and your backfield list. Now, join us next week when we're going to review the Olympics. You know, I can't wait to see that little chocolate piece of lightning Carl Lewis doing his thing.
Well, you know why Carl runs so fast. You can run, but you can't hide from your true self, Miss Lewis.
Hello, the books has been read and the library is closed.
Yes,
Goodbye.
In the early 1990s, Carl Lewis stood as a towering figure in athletics, a symbol of excellence and strength. However, his unexpected decision to wear heels for a fashion magazine shoot opened up a complex dialogue about masculinity, particularly concerning the portrayal of black men in media. When the magazine proposed the shoot, it was propositioned as a bold statement challenging traditional masculinity, but for many, it raised as concern about the underlying implications of such portrayals. Wearing heels, an item often associated with femininity, could be used as an attempt to undermine the established image of the black male athletes, who had long been celebrated for their strength and prowess. And it was once noted that during the shoot, Carl Lewis felt a bit awkward, and not only did he feel awkward, but the people observing him partake in the shoot felt awkward as well. Many question whether this portrayal could be a part of a larger narrative aiming to emasculate black men historically depicted as hyper-masculine figures in sports. Critics argue that the choice to dress a celebrated athlete in heels could play into stereotypes, potentially reinforcing nations that undermine the achievements of black men in their respective fields. In interviews, Carl addressed these concerns, acknowledging the discomfort and complexities of the situation. He noted that while being aimed to challenge stereotypes, he also recognized the fine line between self-expression and the potential of misinterpretation. It's about owning your identity, he said, emphasizing that his choice was not about diminishing masculinity, but rather expanding its definition. In retrospect, Carl's experience can be seen as an early example of the complexities involving a narrative pushing within the media. It prompted discussions about representation, identity, and the broader implications of how black men are portrayed. Ultimately, while the shoot was an attempt at progressive thinking, it also underscored the delicate balance of challenging norms without reinforcing damaging norms. Through this experience, Carl Lewis emerged not only as a sports icon, but a figure in broader cultural dialogue. He became a reminder of the need for thoughtful representation in media and the importance of ensuring that self-expression does not inadvertently contribute to the very stereotypes it seeks to dismantle. And I'm honestly curious, for the guys watching, how do you all feel about this, with it being about 35 years later? How do you all feel about this whole photo shoot? And is it something that you would have participated in? You got to think about it. In the 90s was the height of Carl Lewis' career. He was making more money than almost any athlete competing in any sport. He got drafted in the NFL and the NBA and turned both down because he was making more money as a track and field athlete, which will, in today's climate, would seemingly be impossible to do. So for him to have been bigger than every NFL player, every NBA player, how much money do you think it would even take to get a guy like Carl Lewis in a pair of heels for a magazine shoot? And not just in a pair of heels, like in a pair of heels naked, in a pair of underwear, in what seems to be very compromised positions. I honestly want to know, is this something that you all would participate in? Is this something that you guys would have stayed away from? Because you already had, millions of dollars? So it wouldn't have been a super huge loss if you would have turned it down. And I understand people saying it's okay being comfortable with yourself and you knowing who you are and things of that nature. I wholeheartedly understand that. So with that being the case, it poses the question, would you guys participate in this? Was this something that you guys would be interested in doing at the time, in the height of your athletic career? Let me know down below in the comments. I'm out.